Welcome to Call of the Wild.
Hey everyone, this is Monstercat's weekly radio show connecting you with some of your favorite artists.
Hey everyone, this is Kill Paris.
Hey guys, this is Conroe.
What's up guys, Deontay here.
And of course, a place where individuals like yourselves can take part in a global family.
Hey yo, this is Logan from Australia.
I'd like to shout out everyone who listens to Monstercat and remind you that you're awesome.
So glad I'm here.
So get yourself ready for an hour of fresh music, and it all starts right now.
With nothing to hold us back, these are the songs of the wild.
Hey, what's up everyone? We're Infected Mushroom.
And this is our takeover of Call of the Wild, and you are listening to our name. I hope you enjoy.
All right. Here we are. So I'm in the Character Design Live channel in the Discord. You guys have to join that for me to hear you, I believe. You can do it on your phone. I might kill the music this time. It's a bit too much. Here we go. All right. Give me a voice check. You guys talking? I can't hear you yet. Okay. Looks like it's my fault. Hold on. Yep, there we go. All right, well, I can't hear anybody yet. I don't know what the problem is.
How about now?
Ah, there we go. No, it was my fault. What's up, everybody? What's going on?
Hey.
Yay!
Hello.
We should have been doing this the whole time. This is cool. All right. Well, let's see. Who do we look at first? Well, we've all seen most of everybody's work live as they handed it in, but I think I think first person turn in was probably Ethan. So let's look at Ethan's. Yes.
Yeah.
Hello. You are very quiet. Just put the mic as close to as in your mouth as possible.
Assert your dominance, Ethan.
Mm-hmm.
Asserted.
Mic and mouth.
All right. Well, we're looking at your work, sir. Good stuff. I see you went with the old man undies that I suggested. And he's got a nice like hipster messenger bag. That's kind of cool. That's probably not what that is, but all right. So so you gave a description here, but go ahead and tell us anyway, since we're all listening.
Well, he's a tailor.
man. He wants to make you clothes, and he'll give it to you for free.
Nice.
Diaper.
Okay, so so it sews the clothes onto your body. So do you like this outfit, or is it just torture as he like sews it to you?
Well, I mean, it's your opinion of it is subjective, but
Sure.
right
But
on
like,
you.
I'm just wondering if it's the last outfit you have to wear. I mean, at least to get to like it, or is it like the nightmare
Oh
stuff?
well, he'll measure you. He's a very good tailor. He'll
Right.
make the best set of clothes for you that you've ever worn ever.
Okay. Awesome.
Gift.
All right. Very cool. Very awful. How does he find you, or how do you find him? It's like a Craigslist ad, or?
I don't know, but wherever he is, he just hangs from the ceiling. And he just
He's awfully
hops right on
reminiscent of Salad Fingers.
We do
He
not
has those
sell
long,
salad
awful fingers.
Oh my god.
Nice.
and all his joints can rotate 360 degrees for
Fantastic, thanks.
Of course they can.
I don't like that at all.
For
That's
maximum
uncomfortable.
accuracy.
That's beautiful.
Awesome. Well, that'd make drawing the anatomy difficult if the joints actually like operated differently than they normally do, right? Because that means they're not just normal. It's like not a normal elbow or not a normal knee or whatever. This makes them more kind of spider-like, I guess, right?
I don't know. I just kind of it doesn't seem that hard. You can just do whatever you want, really.
Sure, it's your monster, right? Nice. Cool. Right on. Anybody have anything they want to add? You know, standard operating procedures.
Did he sew his eyes? Did he do that to himself?
I don't know. Maybe. Maybe that's
Maybe.
Okay.
You know, just casually
need
sewing your
his
eyes shut.
because he's that good.
Why doesn't he sew his why doesn't he sew clothes for himself?
He doesn't need his own clothes. He makes clothes for other people.
Oh, so he's selfless.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
He doesn't need
Sure.
the clothes. He just likes to show his wrinkly, nasty body.
He's too fashionable in his underman.
I mean, obviously, guys, he's too sexy for his own clothes.
Yeah, he has a
Right.
very positive body image.
And any clothes you put on him would just like devalue him.
Nice, yeah. All right, next up, you're in the chat, aren't you? Is this Spencer's? No, who was this? Right? Maybe not. Yeah, you're in the
Hold on,
chat.
there's stream lag.
Stream lag.
Yeah, it's like a minute behind.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Well, I can't do much about that. So we'll
Oh,
just
okay, yeah.
wait
Oh,
till
there
it
we
catches
go.
up.
Hey, this
Yeah.
is mine.
Holy shit, guys! Sorry about that. Music just popped up out of nowhere. Yeah. Also, if you're listening to the YouTube, if you're watching the YouTube one, I would mute that one because that would be
Yeah.
murder.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, so yeah, I'll just adjust for the lag. All right, so tell us about what we're looking at here.
So this is some weird crab spider moth thingy.
Okay.
So I still want to go with like the more than usual limbs route. So I like work on the 4 legs. I tried to give it kind of armor because it's about 5 feet tall. So meaning he's going to beat some very strong people that might just get balls and try to fight it. So that's the armor right there. We'll call him the Pincer because I didn't think of a name till like right now.
Okay.
And yeah, like little mask thing on his face, it covers up his like teeth, so it opens up and gets real snarly and
Okay. Nice. Yeah, I would have loved to have seen like a head that's like this big, you know, so we could really see that thing open up and see his teeth. Of course, you're gonna see what I'm talking about in a full minute. But
does it open up like the predator's mouth, like in?
It doesn't make like another. Wait, like yeah, kind of like the predator's mouth. Yeah, just a little less. It's more like 2 instead of 4-ish.
Okay, I can see what you mean.
I was thinking alien for a second. Now I was really confused.
I want to try to go live in Discord and see what happens, and then people on YouTube can just do whatever they want to do. I don't know if my computer's gonna let me share my screen like twice.
I think Discord, you have a way to share your screen in Discord.
Yeah.
But I'm not entirely
Yeah, I'm gonna try that right now.
Okay.
Okay, that might have worked. Can you guys see it?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, and then
Hang on, where is it?
it should be just in the Discord app. I'm in the.
If you look at the voice chat.
Cool. Scroll up.
Hang on.
Pretty.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
All right, groovy. So ignore YouTube, I suppose. That's for everybody else, unrelated. If people want to watch, anyway. So I'm gonna draw in real time. So real time, yes, it's coming across.
Yes.
Yay! Cool.
Yes, God.
Right on. Okay.
Real time.
Look at that. It's good we didn't learn that on like the last day of class. That would have been really annoying. All right. So very cool. Like I said, I would love to have seen the head bigger. Because this head drawing is almost the same size, as the one below it. So it would have been cool to like see the teeth that you were talking about. You know what I mean? But
yeah.
But it's still a cool design. Definitely those beefy legs looks like they could support some weight. And if this has like the standard insect, like stronger, like ants.
Don't talk.
Ants can carry 10 times their weight, kind of thing. So if this guy can do that, then he's picking up what? Subway cars or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Cool. It's a little less than an ant. He probably lifts about maybe I'd say 10 times.
Well, need not to worry. There's always a bigger head.
Oh, hey Elijah, what's going on? Welcome. Cool. Well, what else you guys think? Before I move on.
I really like the color choices. They work well together.
Yeah, I was sorry. I was about to.
What made you go with red and yellow?
I got a lot of Iron Spider vibes when I was working on it from
cool.
like the comic books.
Sure.
So I was like, how can I work with this?
Right. Okay. Nice. Awesome. All right. Let's see who's next. We got Emily's sketches. We got angels. Let's do angels. These look done. There we go. All right. Tell us what we're working with here.
All right. So here we have a cryptid, and it's native to Missouri because we only have one cryptid, and so I decided we needed more.
Which one are you referring to?
Oh my goodness, I don't remember what it's called.
Is that the Bubbleheads? You're familiar with that one?
I don't remember which one it was.
Okay. Anyway.
Yeah, so this thing hangs out in places of high anxiety, and it just sort of like lurks and just stands there menacingly.
Gotcha. So he's been pretty busy lately. It's a lot of anxiety going on.
Oh yeah, definitely. And because cryptid, it's hard for him to actually be seen. And when he is quote unquote seen or taken in pictures and photographs, he's mistaken for like an owl or like a small child.
Okay. So is that about how big it is? What, 3 feet? Something like that?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. The feathers look kind of. So it's feathered? Is that what it is? Or?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. I like the little spindle feet. That's nice. I like that a lot. Leaves no prints behind, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Right? All right, guys.
I didn't really know how to go about doing the feet, so I'm like, no feet.
Yeah, there you go. What do you guys think?
I like it a lot.
I like it. I like that how it looks harmless, but like still creepy at the creepy at the is like.
Okay, I'm back.
Just kind.
I think your mic's cutting out a little bit.
Yeah, JJ, you're cutting out.
Yeah.
Oh heck! Hello.
Mhm.
Is it working?
Yeah. Yeah, I just
Okay.
It's working
I know
now.
some mics cut out when you get under a certain volume, or if you're not close enough sometimes. But
What that? I'm sorry. I was saying, the monster is like it's creepy, but like not like super intense. And I like that because anxiety is kind of always doesn't seem intimidating and it sitting there looking over you. And I like that.
yeah, I can see that too. Like it's not immediately creepy, but you're like, hey, stop looking at me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and I guess it's dark enough that you probably don't see it until its eyes open, something like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah, I kind of was also like, because like the cryptid cat photos of like their eyes glowing in the camera. Like.
Oh yeah. Okay. Very cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well done. Very good.
Thanks.
All right, we got Matthews next.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah. Yep.
You're kind of muffled though.
Yeah, it was a little weird, but we can hear you.
Wait.
It's like wool. Dogs.
There it is. Okay. Okay, this is the one we saw from before, from last week. But perhaps refined a little bit. Matt, are you in the group chat anywhere? Maybe not. I don't see you. A lot of messages coming through the bottom. Hold on here. Let me catch up. Okay. All right. So in case Matt watches this later, we did go over this a little bit last week, but I don't remember where that was as far as like completed. I guess I could go maybe find it, but this looks maybe a little further along. Yeah. Cool. So we got like a snake man, if I remember right. Looks like the tail is visible maybe on this turnaround only. Here. I kind of get the impression it's maybe like got two ends, it looks like. So yeah, I guess just in case he's gonna watch later, give us. Oh, there he is. That's not yours. It's got your name on it. All right. Well, that's confusing. Is it this one? Maybe maybe you got an older one by accident. There we go. That's right.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So I kept hopping out and like in and out. I couldn't get my voice to connect with it on my
Gotcha.
computer.
This is the right one, right, Matt? I have two here. So just delete the other one. Yeah, the other one's I think the one I talked about last week. This definitely looks updated, inked and all that stuff. Wish you were in the chat so you could tell us about it, but I can see all the changes you made. A lot of texture, a lot more texture in the arms. Definitely spent some time making it look like rocks and organic material, stuff like that. Let me know what you guys think in the chat. Feedback, por favor. Half you guys are muted.
Some of the detail on the chest, I think it might be because I can't zoom in. It looks a little muddled, but at the same time, it's touched.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's definitely some, like, you know, that kind of scratch work going on for detail, and that's fine sometimes. That's stuff like that is easier to do when you've got a bigger, messier brush that's gonna help you incorporate texture like this here. I'm gonna pick this out because this is worth showing. I just saw somebody do Hellboy on Twitter. Let me see. He responded to me, so I should be able to find it. Alright, hold on. But the reason I'm pulling this up is he had a lot of detail in it. It looks like he did most. There it is. He did most of the detail with a brush. Come on. There we go. So that's this guy's Hellboy I saw on Twitter, and it's very scratchy, as you can tell. And I'm not sure if this was digital or not. I'm gonna maybe assume it wasn't, because there's a lot of really rough brushwork going on with the horns and stuff like that. So as you can tell, it's rough and textured, and a lot of this could have been done very sloppily, very quickly. But because of the texture of the brush, it doesn't just look like somebody's just my interface is weird. All my tools are gone. Photoshop, you jerk. I don't know what happened. There we go. So it doesn't really look like somebody just used like a Photoshop brush and like did this kind of texture stuff, because the brush had a texture, these little gestural movements in here sort of have a little more texture to them. So that's a really long way of saying that, like, with just a different brush, a lot of these little gestural movements could have looked a little more textured, you know. So that's maybe a strategy to employ in the future. Getting yourself just the right brush, so when you're sort of fudging these details, it looks a little more natural, a little more organic, instead of just scribbles. But scribbles have their place too. So what else, guys, before we move on to the next one, what do you guys think?
I think it's pretty cool.
I find it really cool. Just, yeah. I like the throat.
Yeah, I do too. I was just about to zoom into that. That's pretty neat.
Just the face in general, it's
Yeah.
really cool looking.
Face is definitely one of the best parts about it, for sure.
Fucking Discord. Oh, okay. I wasn't looking at the YouTube chat. Matt's over there saying we're good, but his mic's not working. So a lot of times with Discord, you've got to go into the settings and make sure like it's got the right mic selected, stuff like that. It does look like a sensei. Yeah, it looks definitely like somebody that's about to show you the like the Cobra style kung fu or something like that.
It reminds me of the sensei from Ninja Turtles for some reason.
Oh yeah, for sure. Looks a lot like Splinter.
That's his name.
Oh my god, yeah, you're right.
Well, it's the goatee, you know, and I guess it's old. I could see that having a being a rat skull. It's in some capacity, perhaps.
A lot of times with Discord, you've got to go to the settings and make sure like it's got the right mic.
Oh, now I hear myself. That's fun.
It does look like a sensei. Yeah.
Oh, there's.
Oh, the beard.
Like the Cobra style, Kung Fu or something like that.
Mute YouTube.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Hey,
Well, it's
Matt, I think that's you, man. You're gonna have to turn your YouTube down because we're hearing ourselves.
I can finally hear you people, and I really wish I couldn't now.
Come at me, Carson.
How rude.
I'm just speaking my truth.
Yeah, you are.
Crazy.
All right. Ignore that crappy graphic I did for somebody. All right. So next up, let's see. I have to scroll all the way back up here. Here we go. We have a Leviathan coming up next.
Oh my god, yes. This is my yes?
Yeah.
Yes.
So like everybody else is watching like the live on Discord,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because that's in real time. The one on YouTube's got like a 30-second delay. So
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, but then
Yeah.
I was like, but wait, I can't hear shit, so I assume I don't know. Listen, y'all, it's been a few weeks.
hasn't it though? And you
Hasn't
figured it
it?
out.
Like, for everyone.
Yeah. You're not
It's
alone.
been a time.
Yep.
It's been.
All right. So Maya, are you here?
She's muted.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
here. I think she's in text chat.
There she is. Do you want to talk about this, or do you want me to just wing it?
I don't know. It's like a space Leviathan. Credits to Ethan for giving me that idea.
Mm-hmm.
It just travels throughout galaxies, finds planets that it can feed off of, and it drains them of water.
That's not nice.
Not water.
Water and stuff.
This boy hella thirsty, though.
It's very large.
So if we can find out where he's going, we can find other planets with water. There you go, subplot.
Yeah.
The thing is to
He's
get
gonna
that
be
before
very
he
upset
does.
when he finds. Imagine him going up against those aliens from Signs.
Literally, they would be dead in 5.6 seconds.
It's a very specific number.
Yes.
You put a lot of work into calculating this.
That's cool.
I really like it. I especially really like the silhouette from the side. I think it kind of loses its silhouette more with each rotation, but I guess that's kind of expected with a character design. But I really like how curvy it is.
Yeah, very Chinese.
For once, I'm not saying that in a sexual way.
Yeah,
I just can't imagine you doing that 3/4 view. That is,
That looks so difficult.
I feel pain.
Maya, this looks dope.
Thanks.
I would say you could probably have the spine coming more out this way, even on the 3/4. It does look a little tucked in too much for that perspective, and you're losing this angle here, which I know it's hard. So it's definitely a very unkind challenge to try to replicate that shape and rotation.
Yeah, I'm sure there are many funky angles going on in there.
3/4 rear looks awesome. I love that a lot. That looks great. But yeah, nice, very cool. Definitely some deep sea creature inspiration going on, right?
Yes.
Are these like angler little bulbs for light?
Yeah.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yes, you can.
Oh wait, sweet! Yay!
Welcome.
Oh my god, that was terrible.
Yeah, they're very glowy, like the anglerfish, and I put like 2 of them on there to sort of reference like an insect antenna, because it's like a locus to the planets.
Yeah.
Traveling all.
Right. Yeah, I love it.
All that, yeah.
Awesome. And it's got the bioluminescence down the side. Very cool. Yeah.
Can you guys let me see where the live chat is?
Say again.
The live chat. I don't know where it is. I am looking.
Well, are you looking for the video?
Yeah, I'm looking for it.
Yeah, how do you guys? I don't know, guys. How do you
okay? So you go over. You see our names in the.
Yeah. I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah, and if you hover over Sawyer's, you can like click join stream.
Does that work on phone too? Or
On the phone, you just scroll up and there's like a thing that's like there.
It's like you tap your name. You hop on.
I don't know if that helped.
Nice. Well, well done, Maya. Looks great.
Woo!
Yeah. All right. Next is more Nightmare Fuel, of course. I might change the name of the assignment from Monsters to Nightmare Fuel, I think.
Perfect.
Oh my gosh. I might have gone to a different direction if you wanted Nightmare Fuel.
Well, I mean, I meant to cover that a little bit when we were discussing monsters in class about, digging deep and finding something you hate.
It just loaded on my phone. Oh no.
All right, so Megan.
That one's Meg's, right?
Yeah, it's Megan. I know. I don't think she's in the voice chat. Oh, Megan had a.
She's
oh, you
here.
are?
Yeah.
Oh, there you are. Hi. All right, you want to talk about this? I know you don't like it, but I'd still want to hear your feedback.
Oh yeah. Okay, so I wrote a little blurb thing because I thought I wasn't gonna be here.
Right.
So it's a monster that likes to hang out in statue gardens, and it makes different faces with its hands, and then the mouth on its stomach has a bunch of teeth, but it mainly eats rabbits and birds. And it's like that comes to the garden. And then if you figure out it's a monster, it'll ask you a riddle, but if it's not in the mood for it, it'll call you ugly probably and tell you to move on.
So, in other words, it's a baby.
Yes.
It's a baby that just makes faces at you and calls you ugly.
God bless.
Life goals.
I love the coloring.
Thank you.
Did you have any inspiration for this? Because it gives me like labyrinth.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, labyrinth.
I had a dream about the helping hands like the night before I was working on this,
There you go.
and I was like, that
Nice.
works.
So this was literally Nightmare Fuel.
Yeah.
Or rather, the Nightmare Fuel did.
It was originally going to be like made out of trees, but I scrapped that when I colored it blue on accident. And I was like, this is nice.
No, I like that a lot because it looks like copper that's like oxidizing.
It sure does. That's a good
So
point.
it fits in a statue garden because it looks like a statue that's starting to age.
Yeah, or it's like you know how like usually rocks are like normally grayish? Because honestly, my eyes are stupid, and it looks like with the brown on top, it looks like a kind of like a silvery instead of a blue. But I can see the blue now. But it looks like a not a porcelain, but like a nice stone, and then it's like getting covered with moss and stuff and dirt, and it looks dope.
Yeah, I think it's neat. I don't think you need to beat yourself up over it as much as you were. Yeah, and I know like anatomy in monster class is tricky as things sort of bend the rules of physics and stuff like that. Like, having 4 sets of arms is just awful. So like, how would I even begin to say like, oh, it would look better if you did this, because you're making it up as we go. Like the only thing I would say is maybe this chest looked like it goes down almost to the elbow on this 3/4 one here, but it stops at the shoulder up here. So if you had a side profile that was more like X level, so the chest would come down here more, that might and I'll angle it, I'll say it in this way, this might make you like it more. You know what I mean? But yeah, and I think the more the more intricate you got with more detail, the more it would be just gnarly and crazy and stuff like that. Like the creature with the hands and the in Pan's Labyrinth, you know, like that guy's body was way too detailed with all his loose skin and stuff like that. But yeah, it's awesome. I like it actually. It's very good. What you mentioned starting over, right?
Yeah.
Did you want to start over with a new design or just start over with this one?
A new design.
Oh.
I didn't like it at all.
Huh. Well, that's too bad. But hopefully, the feedback you got might hopefully change your mind a little bit.
Yeah, a little.
Okay, good. No, honestly, if this were mine, I would just give it another pass. With like, just go. I don't know, like, or if you're my employee, I'd be like, this is amazing. Do 3 more of them or something like that, or you know, spend a month doing it. I talked to a guy at a convention once. He's an amazing artist. He goes by Jimbo Box on Instagram, and he worked for Riot for a couple months under contract. And you know, the guys who make League of Legends. And he did for the 2 months he was there, he worked on 2 pieces.
Oh.
Yeah, and for the first month he was concepting those 2 pieces. So just for a solid month he was doing different versions of one that will eventually be one piece. And then for the next month he was rendering. He was literally rendering for, I don't know, 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. He was rendering a single piece of artwork, which is kind of insane. And I was talking to him and he's like, it's Riot. That's awesome for your portfolio, right? Like, and they offered him a job and he went, nah, I'm good actually. No thanks. I don't want to, this is awful. I don't want to do that anymore. So
the absolute mad lad.
That sounds insane. I don't know many people who would be into that, just rendering a single piece for that long. I know a lot of like traditional fine artists and stuff, you know, obviously work on huge 8-foot canvases for 40, 50, 60, 100 hours, whatever. But that's definitely a particular style of art. But anyway, so the reason I say that is like, imagine if you're in a studio setting and your art director is like, I like this, I'm going to make you keep working on this for, you know, at least a few weeks. Especially if it's like a big boss fight in a video game, right? You got to nail it down.
Yeah.
So that's sort of an interesting headspace you could see yourself maybe getting in, like, well, people like it, and I got to get it to the point that I like it, or something. So, I don't know. Just fun little mental experiment there. All right. Okay. Next, I believe, is Gigi's.
Free.
Hell yeah.
You got your legs in the picture.
Yeah, I don't have a digital device that I could use, so my legs are there.
Yeah, that's all right. Yeah, that's why I've sort of loosened up on this class, obviously, because we're not in class with technology. So that's why I say you got to use the phone if you got it. Copy, paste. There we go. Here, I'll cut your legs off.
This.
There you go.
You're gonna cut her legs off? Oh my god, you psychopath!
Oh heck!
All right, tell us what we're working with here.
Okay, so I have no idea what I would call her, but she's Spider Girl pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
And so what happens is she looks normal when you like meet her. So she looks like a pretty woman or whatever. So that's why she's kind of curvy and you know, kind of pretty.
She got a good burrito.
Dead ass, yes. And so she kind of like you go on a date with her and stuff like that. But if you take her back to like a hotel or your house or something like that, and you're about to have sex with her, that is what she turns into, and she ends up devouring you. And yeah, so safe sex, kids.
This version of safe sex sounds like no sex, if you ask me.
Yes.
Yeah.
I guess that's what they call. That's why they call it protection. I guess.
Yeah. No.
Dear God.
Protection against this would be a sword.
Yeah.
Oh my God. But usually she goes after like people who are kind of like scummy. So she doesn't just randomly go up to a guy who's like really nice or whatever. But like if it's a guy who like she can tell that is like always messing with girls. So she's kind of like a vengeful kind of character-ish. She's not entirely evil, but like
you know.
She still eats people.
Yeah.
There's
Was she
a
hungry? She hungry.
there's an old anime in the 88 in the 80s called Demon City, and it was about, I don't remember what it was about. I just remember having lots of sex in it. It says, here you go, description: a brave defender rallies to save the people of Earth when an evil lord's forces converge on a Japanese city. But if I remember right, it's these evil forces would try to have sex with people and then turn into giant monsters. So
Wow.
yeah, well, it's sort of like Devilman Crybaby, right? Lots of nudity and sex in that show.
And people turning into demons.
That's right.
Woo.
But yeah, so trying to think. Here's a pretty cool picture from the show, right?
Oh,
that obviously started off consensual. Yeah.
Hello.
But yeah, it's fantastically 80s. I don't know if it holds up, but I'm kind of interested now. I remember when in '88 I was 8, so I probably shouldn't have watched that. But
oh my god.
Late for that now.
Yeah. So I wonder what I think now. But I'm sure it's horribly sexist. It doesn't stand the test of time. But anyway, maybe not. Okay, so that's awful. Let's look at the face here. So, does this happen gradually, like in The Thing?
Kind of.
Or just like
her face starts things start poking out of her face and it just
Yeah.
slowly breaks open until there's
Yeah.
a lot of legs.
This is the
Yeah,
worst.
Yeah, you paused
something
it.
happened.
Oh, what?
You
Okay.
paused the stream for
Yeah,
a
you
hot
paused the
second.
stream for a second.
Oh,
It's good
my
now.
computer paused it.
Oh.
Is it-
I would think, since her hair isn't on one side of her head, I would think her hair would start falling out, and he'd be like, "What the heck?" And then,
Right.
Or she could have she could have an undercut where it's shaved.
Shaved on one side.
That's true. That could work. Either one of the two. And then the little spider legs will start poking through her face, and then it'll be like cracky crack, crackety crackety crack, and then her hips explode out with the little
Right.
spider leg boys, and he's like, "Back!" And yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, it would be gradual, but it wouldn't be like. Every time I think of a transformation, I'm listening to a song. So I'll listen to oddly enough, Billie Eilish, or for "You Should See Me in a Crown."
Oh my god, yes.
And that would pop into my head, and I don't know, she would just kind of be smiling at him and be like, "Haha, you're stupid," and turning into that as she does so, and I don't know.
Gotcha.
It's just yeah.
Gotcha. Very cool.
Does she have can she spin webs so that they can't escape?
I didn't think about that, honestly. I guess with her fingers, she could probably do that since they're kind of needly. So yeah, maybe.
Doggo.
Dog.
I think the mailman's probably here. Awesome. Very cool. And very awful at the same time.
Gradients look.
Donka.
Yeah. I hope everybody picked up what I was putting down in the chat, where I kept saying everything was awful. I was not a commentary on your artwork.
Yeah.
But it was.
It'd be hilarious if you
But
were.
it was.
Yeah.
It's so good, it's awful.
Yeah. I hope
It would be
nobody.
hilarious
That
if you were
An awful monster, good design.
Yeah.
Yes.
I wish you would have said that you meant it as a compliment for about 75% of us, and then we had to guess.
That would stress me out, no.
That would have been perfect, actually. I like that.
No, don't encourage him.
I hate that.
All right. Well, I know we've all seen this, but we got to talk about it. So.
We have to talk about this.
God bless.
Titties!
Hi, gang. Hi.
Tits out!
I don't know why you guys are so upset. Frankly, this is just PC culture coming after me. So should I explain it?
Go for
Yes,
it.
please. I'm very interested.
I want.
So basically, these are human women who have been cursed by the devil to carry his spawn, and because getting them pregnant, the regular human way would not be fast enough, they must grow the fetuses upon their backs, like open eggs. But they also need to be able to transport them, hence why he's granted them their legs. But them with arms meant that they could like fight easier. So over time, well, not fight easier, but rather their arms just their arms just kind of grow into their bodies. They are just cargo for these fetuses, basically. Their eyes are swollen shut. And and then because they at first it's absolute torment because these women are still conscious and still like humans, so they have to undergo this process painfully.
Keep talking, I'll be right back.
Okay, yeah, sure, leave, I guess. I don't know who wouldn't want to hear this. But then, luckily, eventually their spirits kind of leave them. But then their bodies' skin start decaying. And there we go, yeah. And you might be wondering, hey, Carson, what inspired you? Was it really just shock value? And I'm like, okay, listen. I've been watching a lot of The Witcher on Netflix lately, so yes, it's nothing but shock value.
And tits everywhere.
If it doesn't have titties, it's not The Witcher.
I'm dead. You said they don't have arms, so they can't get rid of the babies. All I would do is just fall on my back.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. Like, what happens then?
Well, the eggs are still attached to them because they're growing on them.
But would they, like, pop?
But yeah, it'll crush them,
When
right?
they emerge, they kind of break through it and crawl out on their own.
I would imagine in this lore that there's some sort of, they've sort of succumbed to their fate, in a way.
Mm-hmm.
Sort of like the most of the women in the Mad Max, the most recent Mad Max, the women who were all sort of kept in the room. Anybody watch that? The Fury Road?
Yeah.
I mean, the whole point of the movie was that they broke out because they're tired of his shit, But like, for a time anyway, they were just subservient. So I would think after your eyes have swollen shut and your arms were fused to your body and you've become this just walking birthing machine, you just sort of become like, all right, well, this is my life now, I guess. I don't know. Like a husk,
Listen, saying all this out loud has made me very sad. So now, as the creator, I'm making it canon that before anything can get too horribly bad, their souls leave their body and go to heaven, and they're all happy and stuff because God intervened.
Yeah.
That's the lore.
Yes.
God's
like, Satan, I'm not gonna let you do that to alive people. I'm just gonna take their souls real quick.
And then Satan didn't even try to stop him. He was like, no, you're right. This went a little far.
Real quick, my brother's watching this. You want to explain to him what's going on again?
Dead. Why are you letting your brother watch this?
He's 15. He'll be okay.
No, okay.
Wait, how old is your brother? I need to know if I should use puppets for the explanation or not.
He'll be fine. So.
Okay, well, these are women who have to carry demon spawn on their backs as they grow off of their bodies. There we go. And their arms are attached to their bodies now, but not in the normal way. Boom shakalaka.
Slowly walking away while giving the peace sign.
I'm dead. Is this the brother that I met that one night? God
It
bless.
is. Yeah.
Poor child.
He'll be okay.
I heard that. Awesome. Well, that's fantastic.
She's beautiful.
Thanks. She doesn't have to conform to your unrealistic beauty standards.
Sure.
Period.
Speaking of beauty standards, the next one.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
All right. Tell us what we're looking at. So yeah, EP art. I think I was supposed to refer to as EP art. I don't know. I'm supposed to say the name or not.
Unmute your mic.
Or you can type in chat.
They could
Can I
type.
real quick say, like, I just gave my explanation for the last one. We didn't actually critique it.
Oh, I mean, I think everybody loved it.
It was good and creepy, and I hate it.
Yeah, I mean, I would maybe make a few just very slight anatomical changes, but like them being these sort of soulless husks spent on their legs, then I imagine anatomy is going to shift a little bit. I think generally oh cool. I think generally the proportions are great. The posture's great. The anatomy for the most part is great. The lower legs, like calves and stuff, I would refine just a little, but like I said, if you're spending your whole life on your legs, you're gonna have bigger legs and things like that, right? And your feet will get nice and flat. You know, people who don't wear shoes apparently have flatter feet, they say. Things like that. Or wider feet. So like I said, you can see your anatomy shifting over time, especially if they're, you know, some sort of underworld timeless creature, so they just keep evolving year after year after year or whatever, or decade or century. But I mean, it's mostly it's like 95% amazing. There's just a few like musculature things that would probably accentuate to show strength or to show, you know, things like that. But it's great. Everybody loves it. It's grotesque and fascinating, and I could definitely see it in like God of War or what was that one based on? I said it last time. Dante's Inferno, a really weird, twisted PlayStation game.
Oh yeah,
I can see God of War.
Yeah, God of War for sure. Yeah, but yeah, Dante's Inferno for sure, because that game is very sexual as well, and not to say this is sexual, but like, you know, like vulgar. You know what I mean? Like
A lot of nudity and gross.
Yeah.
Pubes.
I think they had little monster babies and stuff like that. It was generally awful.
Aww.
I can like feel it. It's just
yeah.
Disgusting.
Let me see if I can go
Cool.
forward.
Sorry for interrupting, by the way. I just kind of like.
Hey, you wanted more feedback. That's okay. Nothing wrong with that. All right, EP, you're up. Tell us what we're working with. If you're around, you've stopped talking. I thought you were here. You back?
Elijah.
Hello.
Oh, it is Elijah. Okay, I didn't know who EP was. Okay.
Their mic is unmuted, but
yeah.
Might just be having connection issues then.
Well, I think it's fascinating and amazing. It's definitely terrifying in every direction.
Well, we're looking at a little creature here. This quadruped, and I haven't colored it.
No, that's okay. What were your inspirations?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. What if he's experiencing some sort of lag? Do you have any inspirations for this, or?
Elijah, are you watching from the YouTube live stream or the Discord live stream?
No, we have to wait 30
I'll
seconds.
just type in a YouTube chat.
Oh, okay. All right. If you watch from Discord, there's a lot less delay. So I would mute your YouTube, come back over to Discord, turn that up, watch that live stream instead. Maybe next week I'll start streaming on Discord first, make sure everybody's in there, and then pop up the live stream. And we'll try to walk us all through it. Although a lot of us are in here. Is it 10 of us? Yeah. That's almost the whole class. I know David was having a hard time figuring out Discord. At least. But yeah. So any chance you get, Elijah, maybe we'll keep it up on the side, and you can tell us what your inspirations were and what sort of looks you're going for. And I mean, I get it right away. That's awesome.
I don't know why, but the head kind of reminds me of like a sub sandwich. Like a bread, but it works.
GG.
Oh my god, I can totally see it.
Does anyone talk to us about Gigi?
You want to get some? You need some lunch, buddy.
I already ate pizza.
That's clearly not
So,
enough.
Anybody else see the position that the full body is in and is like, okay, they're ready for it. They're ready for some fun stuff in the bedroom.
They're ready for a Subway sandwich?
You know.
He's eating a Subway sandwich, yes.
I don't know what you guys are reacting about. I'm talking about bowing
you can't
before
even
the
think
TV.
of
They're getting really close to the TV because they're looking forward to the latest season.
Oh my god.
I don't know.
Carson, no.
Go, Carson, go.
No, I'm talking about butt stuff. You know what I'm talking about.
What else were we talking about?
But I don't know. I was trying. I mean, I guess they could be bowing before their god or something, but I mean.
This creature bows to no god.
About to Subway.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I love that.
This is one of Jared's
He's
minions.
bowing to himself in the mirror.
Hell yeah. You know what? I do that sometimes too because I'm just so spectacular.
I wonder if this is one of Jared's minions. Remember Jared from Subway?
Anybody get that reference?
Oh my gosh.
Oh, just Google Jared from Subway and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about.
Oh god.
No.
Oh god, no.
Why are we like
Oh god, I'm dying.
Or maybe Jared was this thing's minion, right? Jared was doing this thing's bidding.
Is that the
Probably
excuse
that,
he used
yeah.
with the cops?
Yeah, yeah.
I really like it. I really like
No.
the silhouette especially, and I think the limbs are so skinny and so
Oh, wait.
creepy looking. It's definitely
Spencer,
insect-like.
let him try to figure it out.
I think I can invite him.
What? I mean, I don't know. Should we be giving insights right now, or what's happening?
No, I mean we're just trying to talk about it without Elijah being able to communicate. It's tough. So it's unfortunate that we gotta handle it this way, but here we are. I wish I had a way to like invite him into it. Can somebody else try? There's a plus sign at the bottom.
Yeah.
I refuse.
Okay.
A plus sign?
I don't see that.
Oh, here.
But...
Oh.
There's a link too.
I think I can only do friends.
Yeah, I think it's like other people who aren't in the server.
Oh, wait, I found him.
There's a link.
It's in the character design.
There you go. I sent it. Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah, we got it.
Cool, we're figuring it out, guys.
I think he's here.
Can you see?
Yeah, lots of that.
Did it work?
Can you see?
Elijah?
It says he's seeing it.
Okay.
He says he's here, but he hasn't joined the stream. No. Well,
Yeah, he's one of the spectators.
Is it me you're looking for? Anyway, sorry.
I can see it in your eyes.
All right, well, maybe I'll leave it up, and we'll go on to the next one, and then once Elijah shows up, we can hear what he's got to say about it.
Gucci.
Yeah, thought so too. Okay. Boink, zap. There we go. Yes.
Yes. Oh my god, yes! Queen!
I was about to say it.
Venus man trap. I love it.
Yeah!
I love that. I love how like the Venus flytrap opening up looks like it's proposing, and it's just she's like lying there like,
Yeah.
yes, hello, I am your proposal.
Yeah, that's
Poison
fantastic.
Ivy in the best timeline.
Oh my god, yes.
Like, I'm in love, but I'm also terrified.
Looks up, is it legal to marry plants?
Oh my god, yes.
that's feral poison
Yes.
ivy from Batman.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, did somebody make that joke already?
We
Oh
can't
yeah,
hear
it was me.
anything.
Step up your game. Come on.
It's getting sassy in here. Jesus.
Huh.
I don't know why I'm typing this.
Several people are typing.
I am typing it because he wouldn't be able to hear me. You got to change your Discord settings.
Oh.
And sometimes you have to change which sounds or which output Discord is using. Just sort of like changing your mic, you have to change your output. Mine has 4 for some reason. The
yeah.
You know, the
that.
HDMI monitor I'm using, my sound bar I'm using, my headphones. My computer's got 2 different audio outputs, so yeah, it's all a big bag of oof. Anyway, I don't know if Ms. White's here to talk about the... Oh, yep, there, Puny Paws. Okay, she is here. Design her to be like a guardian against like warriors. That's cool. So it's a guardian. Yeah, I think I just figured out that the plant opens all the way up to the ground like that, with the teeth sticking out. That's very cool.
I absolutely love the silhouette. It's so cool.
Yep, silhouette's very strong.
Yeah.
It's weird.
The
We heard
question
him
is, like, who does she protect? Like, she protects against warriors, but who is she protecting?
Right.
Maybe she has little baby eggs. Somewhere.
Protects the forest.
That she's protecting. I don't know.
She's typing.
Maybe protecting a relic.
A jungle temple.
Oh my god, yes.
Temple Guardian.
Yeah, very cool.
What's her success rate?
Ah.
9,000.
Nice.
Of course.
So close.
All right, I'm gonna jump into my Discord settings real quick to see if I can show Elijah.
Okay.
Let's see. Print screen.
She's killed 9,000 people?
That's a high success rate.
Just one more. Just one more.
Weird. We heard him. It's strange that we heard him for a second, and then as soon as he joined the video, we can't hear him anymore. That's weird.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Ah, yes, the sound of keys tapping.
Yeah. And I have a moderately quiet keyboard too. One of my gamer streamer friends has one of those really loud tactile ones. It's like clack every time they push a button. Yeah, it sounds like they work in a factory just pulling levers every time they want to type it. It's awful. But gamers, that's a trend right now. Loud keyboards. All right, well, Elijah, I'm sorry. We'll try to figure it out. You might have to leave and come back, start from scratch. I'd say we're going to keep critiquing, keep messing with it. It should work from a browser, too. Anybody not download the app and just working out of a browser? It should work the same.
I use Discord too much to not have the app.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah.
Ethan uses a browser, and he was talking earlier, so... although it did stop, and he quit, so... anyway, yeah, this is great.
I just realized this is all being streamed to your YouTube, and so everything I've said so far is going to be on the internet for a while.
I can get rid of it if you guys are uncomfortable with it, honestly.
No, I'm down with it. I love it.
Okay.
Keep it.
Okay. All right, good. Awesome. Good. I love these things, and other people like looking at them. Like, I don't know if you've noticed, there's people that drop in that are not in the class, and they say hi and watch and things like that. So people get a lot out of this. Even though I'm not doing a lot of like draw over critiquing this time, I think that's more important as we're developing. But once it's done, I don't know. Also, I like these so much, I don't feel like there's much to say. Anywho, let's move on.
Oh, right, I'm next. Oh,
Baba, are you? Let's see. What is next?
I think with my work in progress.
Oh, okay.
Are you? Am I? I don't know.
This guy?
Probably.
Is this you?
Let me see. Yes, that's me. Yeah.
Oh, and then you did the work up above with the two mouths as well.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I shared that because I need to draw that again.
Okay. Scrolling.
Because it's a pivotal part of this monster.
Yeah, I see that. It's a swamp dweller. All right, tell us about it though.
Okay, so it's a swamp dweller, and it mainly it's like a crocodile, but more nasty.
Nasty boy.
Nasty boy. He has like these hairs that grow all over its back that kind of it's like a camouflage with like kelp and seaweed inside of the murky water. So he just looks like a plant moving around if he's swimming.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes plants grow on them, so it's extra camouflage.
Nice.
And the whole like thing about it is they're not that fast. Like it'll take a lot of energy for them to go fast, like really suddenly.
Mm-hmm.
Like so if something runs away from it, it instead shoots its mouth out, including its esophagus, to catch the prey and bring it back.
Gotcha.
Gotcha.
Very cool.
We don't say his name anymore, guys.
Oh, okay.
Don't say whose name? What?
EP.
Oh.
Yeah,
okay.
EP has
EP.
some requests with all his different onlines and discords to keep his name anonymous.
Okay, EP, you got it.
Sorry. Old habit, man. Sorry. If it makes you feel any better, I don't have very many people watching me on YouTube, so our paths probably won't cross that much. Anyway, so
Don't cry, Sawyer. Don't cry.
I won't cry.
No, cry. Amuse us.
No, God.
This is great. I would love to see it with the plants growing on top. That's really cool. I would like to see maybe the head that the other head comes out of be a little bigger. It sort of seems like maybe I don't know, like I would imagine that the first head to be bigger to hold the first one. It just seems like there's a lot coming out of it. But then there's also those sharks.
Well,
you seen those sharks where like their whole mouth comes out? Have you seen those?
But
Yeah, the goblin
if you
shark.
Scroll down to where the full body is shown.
Mm-hmm.
Are you talking about like the whole like esophagus after it coming out?
Yeah.
I actually accounted for this. If you go down to the bottom part, you can see that I gave it a large chest cavity.
Okay.
So there's a lot. You know how your small intestine is really thin and long?
Mm-hmm. Also,
It's
it like coils up.
It coils up in there.
Very cool.
So, yeah. It provides space so that nothing gets too cramped.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, there you go. You've planned for that. That's cool. Oh, there's a lily pad right there. Very great. Cool.
Yes.
Awesome.
A little hat.
So it's probably gonna be a mixture of like browns and greens, probably, if it were colored.
Yeah, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
Browns and
He
greens.
says, top of the morning to you guys.
I love this dirty boy very, very much.
Yeah, this is great. I love the bipedal standing on its hind legs posture. It's very cool.
He's a chompy baby.
I love a lot of reference images of like dinosaurs and
Sure.
crocodiles and all that stuff.
I love how its spine is so clear too. That's so creepy. And I especially love like its hair, I guess, going over its face. It kind of gives him a bit of like a grunge look. And I love it. Not grunge as in like the aesthetic, but grunge as in like the girl from Grudge.
Oh, yeah.
Grunge. I
Yeah.
fucked up.
Oh, we get it.
We get it.
Yeah.
Give me 2 more hours to explain. Ah! I hit the mic.
Awesome. This is great. Do you foresee finding the time to do a turnaround and wrapping this up?
Probably yes.
Probably yes. Okay. I'd hope so. That'd be great.
Yeah, the turnaround's gonna be hard.
Yep.
Because foreshortening is gonna kill me.
Well,
Girl, don't I know?
Yeah, just look up photo reference is your friend. There's probably a lot of 4-legged dinosaurs or horses or alligators from every different angle on the internet. So,
Yeah. Is it alright if I finish the turnaround on a separate page and just turn in multiple images?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, do whatever you got to do. Doesn't all have to be on one page. That's just that was a way to keep us in line as we worked on those 11x17s. It doesn't quite work when things are longer than they are tall. You're just gonna run out of left to right room. It also helps working on one page when you use the ruler to do the guidelines and accuracy and stuff like that. So you do whatever you got to do. That's where we are now. All right, so that's all the art posted in the Discord, I believe. I had some things sent in via email. A lot of them look the same, except for that. That's
Making my way through the. Ooh. Oh.
Is that Cameron's? There's gotta be Cameron's.
Yeah, it looks like his art style.
Yeah.
I knew it.
You said that like I knew it, that son of a bitch.
Because that's just how I think.
Dang, Heath. Thick.
Splicing experiment gone wrong. Thinks it's a regular bunny and thinks carrots are hands.
What? Are humans?
Oh, humans. Okay.
Okay, that makes a little bit more sense.
There you go.
God bless.
Yeah, this is terrifyingly awful.
Oh.
Is Cameron in the chat?
He is not.
I don't think he's actually in the Discord.
No, I don't think so either.
Awkward.
Hey, Ethan's back.
Hey. Cool. Well, in case he watches this later, I think this is great. I would like to see the rest of the turnarounds. Posture is leaning a bit this way. You know, center of gravity is a bit off. But that could change with the turnaround. Actually, you could probably just move the feet back underneath to fix that. But anyway, that's awesome. Can't say much with just one turnaround, but it's awesome. Definitely want to know more, but we can't hear from you, so I think we just have to move on. Let me think. What else we got here? We got EPs is done. I think that's about everything, guys. Unless somebody's in the chat and I missed something. I don't think I missed something. So
I'm kind of upset that none of you created a coronavirus monster that.
Oh my god.
Girl.
Too soon. Yeah.
Corona chain.
Too soon.
Yeah.
My bad.
I've been seeing it on TikTok, though.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Anime girl Corona?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, we're gonna have years of really bad comic books and movies about pandemics and stuff. So.
Oh yeah. It's one of the trending things on Netflix.
A good movie that's out right now that's about a pandemic. Well, not out right now, but like has been out for a while. It's called
Contagion?
No. Yes.
Yeah.
I was gonna say Contracted. That's about a sexual disease, and it's kind of a good movie. But
I would say if you're having a lot of anxiety right now about being stuck inside, I would not watch that movie.
You're right. You're right.
It would not help. You will not
It's kind
take.
of realistic.
You will not take. It is actually. You will not take mass transit ever again. Because I think that's how it spread. All right, so
No, it's because this guy was touching a pig and he like didn't wash his hands.
Oh, Didn't wash your
Nah.
hands. There you go.
And then he shook hands with the person.
There's this really cool video I saw by Vox Media about those crappy animal open air markets in China where this actually came from. It's not has a lot less to do with bat soup or whatever as it does like these just open air markets where there's just animal pens stacked on top of each other, and they're really dirty and gross. And they were outlawed for a while, and then they were brought back because people were starving. So the government's like, you know what, eat what you got to eat. And then right, and then they found out a way to make money on it. The government found a way to make money on these open air markets, and then they've been kept open, and now here we are. So it's really fascinating. I'll link it later, but it's nice in this
global pandemic.
Yeah, it's nice in this age
Thanks,
of
China.
Yeah, it's in this age of everybody's got something to
Real
say.
virus with capitalism.
Right. Right. All right, so I did want to.
It's true.
I did want to go over the final. I already posted, I believe, because I wanted everybody to just sort of be on top of
Yeah,
things.
you did.
Yeah,
You did.
So for those of you who've read it, you may leave. Thank you. For the rest of you, hang out. All right, so you were to design 4 original characters that exist in the same story. Approach this as if you were designing for an animated feature, comic book, motion picture, or video game. Your choice, in a suitable style that translates well into the medium. So you're allowed to fluctuate style a little bit, right? So if you want to stick with your style, because that's what we do, go for it. But if you want to go with like a, different animated style because this is something you're designing to fit a specific medium, then you go for that, right? Obviously, you take all the elements we've discussed thus far in class and apply it towards your creation. So that's 4 characters. We're going to do a 4-point turnaround of each one.
Oof.
Yeah, and 2 signatures. So
I had to do that for senior overview.
yeah,
Oof.
yeah, big oof. So just design your characters accordingly, right? Like Matt, your characters are insane, so maybe don't make every single one just like a twisted metal sculpture. That would be
Yeah, Matt. Yeah, don't do that to yourself.
Yeah.
Don't break your. This is a call-out post. Don't do
You can
this.
tell me what to do. You're not my dad.
No carpal tunnel.
No, I mean, do what you got to do. If you can, if what do we have, like 5-6 weeks? If you can pull it off, then go for it.
No,
And
I
just-
probably can't. I will probably die if I try.
Right. So just choose your characters appropriately, right? And then it's 2 signature expressions. So happy, sad, or rage, and whatever. And then we're also going to do a brief write-up on each character, and I'll show you an example of what that is. It's basically like a short paragraph or 2 describing sort of their origin and, like you've come to the front of class or now talking about your character, like that. Just talk about them. If it's a superhero, what are their powers? If they're a secret government assassin with, biomechanical arms, what do their arms do, right? So just like go into detail, nerd out about your creation, right?
Question.
Yes.
Like, if we have characters already, but like don't have like the turnarounds and whatnot, could we do those?
If you've
characters?
not,
Like,
if you're working on a universe now, and you have characters you've been meaning to develop, now would be a good time.
okay, because I got
So-
some NPCs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Could use some love.
Kitty stories.
Yeah.
One
I-
that
Stuff.
lots of love.
I would try to walk the line between something that you've already completed. Obviously, if it's done and you just haven't drawn it, try to fade away from that a little bit because I want you to like experiment with the bio and sort of stretch your imagination a little bit. I'm not enforcing everybody start from scratch per se. I know that's a bit gray, but really the prime asset is the art. So make sure it's just something you haven't drawn before, or if you have, you've only sketched it. So yeah, a lot of times you're. Go ahead.
I have a lot of characters. I don't have a solid like design. I have like a idea
Yeah.
of what they look like, but
Right.
I've never finalized their design. So
Okay, there you go.
See, I have like groups of like 4 or 5 where it's like I've loved on one character but not the others.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'll probably throw up some like references and be like, "Hey, what do you guys think I should go with?"
Yeah, this is probably the most exciting part of the semester to me, I know a lot of our assignments take 2 weeks. Of course, the monster was like 3 because of the break and all that. But this is a chance where we really get to work together. You know what I mean? We have weeks and weeks and weeks to develop these characters, the bios, the turnarounds. So every week we get back together, we're going to show off what we've got, do a lot of critiquing, a lot of give and take. And I need you guys here every week to help each other out, because a lot of times it'll be like 3 weeks in and somebody's like, I'm stuck still, and we need to be able to talk to each other and work way through it. Anyway, this is where we all get to work together the most. I really enjoy this assignment. So you could pick a team of 4, so they're all on the same team, like a special forces team. You could do a main character, a side character, a sidekick like pet, and the villain. You could do 2 or 3, like a team of villains and 1 hero. You just mix it up. There's no formula.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it could be pretty fun.
It's too much freedom.
I was
I
so
have
excited
so many
for this.
characters
I know.
I don't have finalized.
So I also want you to compile a folder of resources. Obviously, most of this semester was teaching you how to research, right? How do you draw a robot? Draw an engine. How do you draw a creature? Look up deep sea creatures, right? It's all about just finding the right reference material. It's just like the comics class. Somebody goes, well, how do I draw this? Did you look up a picture first? You know, so reference. So I want you to actually build a reference folder for each character. You can structure that however you want, but like name the folder, and then you could have like weapons, clothes, models, hair models. Like if you have looking up human models, actors, things like that, or you can just throw it all into one. It's whatever, go crazy.
Can like pictures of like inspiration
Yeah.
can we add to the folder?
Yeah,
Okay.
of course. So I want you to have a reference folder for each character, and then the last thing that's required is a lineup. A lineup can simply be you selecting one turnaround from each drawing, cutting it out, and then throwing them in one picture. So it looks like all 4 characters are standing there together.
So, since I don't have whatchamabobber, I could just like, I have an idea. Okay, so I could just take like.
If you don't have a computer, you might have to just redraw one of the poses together.
Yes.
Yeah.
But also, I could take each picture and then like fold it in a certain way, so like all 4 of them are like in a line. Would that work?
I mean,
I don't mind redrawing it. It's just
I guess you could.
You could, but you've got to have folded paper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It could get tricky. So here's another thing. Let's say you design the right characters that they're easier for you to draw than say like a centaur or a giant robot or something, because that would take time. So say they're easy enough for you. So I would say your lineup could actually be a new drawing of your characters, like with their arms around each other in a pose.
Aww.
Right. So you could treat it not exactly like a movie poster, because those poses are a little more dynamic, but sort of like
a selfie picture.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. So which could be a movie poster, but just not as crazy as a movie poster. I'm trying to think.
You don't want to do like Drew Struzan crazy.
Exactly. Right.
All right.
I have a.
You liked that one, Gigi.
What?
You liked that joke quite a bit.
I actually don't know who that is, but I have a feeling I know. Hold on.
Yeah, Struzan is how do you spell that? STR.
Is STRUZAN.
Yeah, I was right. Okay.
Yeah.
He does the posters for like
Star Wars: Return
Star Wars
Labyrinth.
and stuff, yeah.
Dude, he's done everything popular. He was the guy. And
I have 2 of his art books I'm looking at right now. So
there you go.
God bless.
I met him at Comic-Con once.
No, really?
Yeah. He was doing,
Oh shit!
Well, it was a panel. I just went to the panel, and then I got in line.
Oh.
I got in line to ask him a question. Yeah, I didn't actually get to shake his hand or nothing, but this comes to mind. This is a very that's not what I was thinking about. There's go back. It's a very shitty picture. Here's a picture from standalone Ghost in the Shell standalone complex, where it's a very crappy picture, and it's all blurred out. But if you can see that, it's the team sort of standing next to each other. So that's obviously not the poses they probably did for their turnaround, right? but because they're sort of a stoic group of special forces, they're all standing there in a different pose, shoulder to shoulder. So that's sort of what I was thinking about. But like I said, you could have their arms up against each other or leaning on each other or whatever. Yeah, so that's the lineup. So that's basically it. So let's go over it one more time. Four characters. Oh no, wait, there was one more thing. You're allowed to use one character we've designed for this class.
Oh.
So if you like one of the characters we've already done, you can use one. And there's a good chance you haven't done a fourth turnaround, so you'll have to just do a fourth angle of a character you've already done. Or since it's been 7 weeks since classes started, 8 weeks, you might be a little better than you were 8 weeks ago, so you might want to just redraw them anyway. So if you have a character you really like that you've already done for this class, you may use just one of those. And so, all right, so that's everything. So 4 characters, 4-point turnaround, 2 signature expressions for each one, origin summaries for each one, a resource folder for each one, and a lineup with all of your characters standing together. So I've got a brief breakdown beneath it, sort of explaining in what order we could go in if you wanted to follow the rest of the class, I suppose. So the first week is just doing research. Like if we were in class today, I'd be like, all right, I'm done with you. Now go do your research. Like just go diving. So so the first week is just getting all your resources, doing all your research, and then doing a rough lineup for critique next week. So try to think of your team and just do a rough sketch by next week. So you got something to throw in the chat for us to talk about. So you can give like you can give us a quick summary, like, hey, here's my team. They're from such and such country. They're at war with this other country, and this one loves the other one, and blah, blah, blah. Something like that. Something rough. And then, as you see, we just break it down week by week. Stuff like that. So, any questions?
So I do have a question. Does it have to be all on one piece of like sketch paper, or can we like break it into like different?
The way I would do it, if I were doing this, which I should anyway, I would put my turnarounds on one. If they're nice, tall, skinny characters, easy to turn around, that would fit. I would break it down. I'd get 11 by 17, get a ruler, break it down. I would put the turnarounds on one and the lineup on another. If you guys are digitally inclined, I would say replicate that. If you can draw it on however many pieces of paper you want. Like I said, I've sort of lifted a lot of the restrictions we've had throughout the semester because we're all dealing with technological speed bumps or whatnot. We're not in room 202 anymore. So if you only have paper, then just do what you got to do. And maybe I can arrange it for you. But but if you do have Photoshop, I would say that sorry, I'm looking at the is the video frozen on your end? Is you still looking at AP's artwork?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What the
Well,
heck?
Cameron's.
Oh, Cameron's. Why? That's weird. I mean,
I don't know. Discord is lagging.
Okay. Weird. It should be. Oh, I'm looking at the assignment right now. So it should be looking at.
I can see it through the YouTube.
Okay.
Open Sesame.
Yeah, it's just
The
all right. So I'm
Discord
gonna.
froze.
Okay, I'm gonna kill the video, guys. So.
Okay.
Right.
Can perish.
Okay. All right. So yeah, pull up the YouTube, I guess. And it's. I mean, I already sent the assignment to the World Classroom, so you're not really missing anything. So I was just going over that, and I've said it all anyway. So your question, right? So just draw on whatever you can. Upload it however you can. If you have Photoshop or some other alternative, I know there's some actually free alternatives out there. I would do definitely. All right, so the end goal, and we've talked about this over the next few weeks, is to make it look professionally done. Like if you scroll up, I was giving you those examples of the monster turnarounds. That's a finished turnaround, right? They're all next to each other. There's some like peripheral sketches on the side, like it's showing somebody's like gauntlet or something. They wanted to show detail on a hand. So I want it to look as professional as possible when it's all finished. This is weeks down the road. So 4-point turnarounds in one image, the lineup on another image, and then everything else is everything else. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Aye, aye, Cabin.
Aye, aye.
Cool. Oh, I just realized too the Discord live stream didn't have my webcam, but YouTube did. Oh well. I was looking into the camera to try to make eye contact, if you guys. So just so you know, I was making the effort.
You tried.
I did.
You tried.
Yeah. So just do me a favor and watch the replay and grade my performance. And just kidding.
All right, I got you.
All right, but that's basically it. I'm gonna let you guys go. If you guys ever want to jump into the chat live, this character design live chat, there's also a live art below. That's, I mean, the Webster chat in the Discord's not exclusive, but it seems like my Discord's sort of following the rules anyway, which is nice of them. Because the other 50 people in the Discord like aren't you all, so they seem to be following the rules, which is nice. But there are multiple live art channels, so if you guys ever want to jump in the channel and start your own live screen share or just chat with each other, you've got full permission. You don't have to wait for me. So I know it's good to like meet and hang out virtually to share ideas or just, not be alone at home. So yeah, if you guys ever want to jump into the chat and just hang out with each other, just go for it. So yeah, that's all I got, guys. So thanks. Good luck.
See you next week.
And I'll see you in the chat.
All right.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye. I'm gonna be chilling out here.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know where to be.
I
Count can be trusted, she found her captives' treatment of their companions paradoxical. Old world lineages over new ones, as from ancient artwork occurred. It did so in the old world, when humans were beginning to migrate to other parts of the globe, the humans taking their domesticated Canine transmissible venereal tumor, or CTVT, is a type of contagious cancer clone that can be spread between canines during mating. It's effectively the worst STD out there for dogs because living cancer cells can be transferred from one individual to another, infecting them with the clone, after which the process is repeated. The clone keeps on transferring and transferring from one to the other, like Cheap Trick. It's hard to describe for us humans because at least at the moment it's not